The strangest things found in the Philippines. You guys linked this over and I'm super excited to see it because what are the strangest, weirdest, most unique things in the Philippines? I've been, but there might be some things I didn't know. Let's see this together.
From dogs riding motorcycles to inmates dancing for the Pope,
Yep. Oh,
here are
wait.
12 of the craziest things found in the Philippines.
What? Are they eating on a... That's actually genius. Okay. I would actually do something like this, by the way. I would be down to do this. I love the water. I love the beach. And this is wholesome. Everyone's laying down here. It probably feels nice on your feet. I don't know, bro. Maybe I'm just weird with it.
Number 12, tarsiers. Tarsiers are considered to be one of the world's smallest primates.
I love
Found
these,
in
yeah.
a few places in Asia, there are 3 types of tarsier, but the Philippine tarsier is native to, guess where?
The Philippines.
They have been around for about 40 million years, but are now in danger of extinction because of habitat loss.
Yeah.
And they are very difficult to raise in captivity.
Yo, similar to the Philippine eagle, by the way, as well. I love that, by the way. That video I reacted to with the 10 rare animals in the Philippines, that was an awesome video because it really showed you like some animals that you have never even thought about. Like I've never thought about a specific eagle to the Philippines, and there is. And it's very beautiful if you haven't seen that.
Only about 50% that are taken from the wild survive. The BBC made a documentary on the tarsier called Meeting the World's Smallest Primate, all about the tarsier and how the animal's growing popularity is actually putting it in danger. However, they made several crucial mistakes. They referred to tarsiers as marsupials, which they are not. They are primates. And the big one was that they called the documentary Meeting the World's Smallest Primate, which it is not. If the BBC can't get it right, how is there hope for the rest of us? What are we supposed to use as credible sources nowadays? Do you know what the smallest primate in the world is? Let us know in the comments below.
I actually don't know.
The answer is coming up. Tarsiers only grow to be about 3.5 to 6 inches long, excluding the tail, which is usually twice the length of the body. They weigh about 2 to 5.4 ounces and live for about 16 years. They are famous for their large googly eyes, which are the same size as their brain. They have super long fingers, a long tarsus, which is...
So their eyes are the size of their brain. Wait, that's kind of adorable, bro. Imagine if our brain was the size of our eyes, right? That's crazy. But then again, like their eyes take up like 40% of their face. Ours is like maybe like 10% of our face, maybe 5. Maybe our nose is the biggest part on us or our ears. But like the eyes is so big on tarsiers. I'm not that surprised now. The more I think about it, but still, that's kind of crazy. It's like, I don't know, man. I love these animals, bro. They're so cute.
Is where they get their name from, and a round head that can rotate 180 degrees. Their face is short with large membranous ears that are almost constantly in motion, and they have thick, silky fur. They move by leaping from tree to tree at about 10 to 15 feet at a time. Unfortunately, there are only about 5,000 to 10,000 left in the wild. And the title for the smallest primate in the world goes to Bertha's mouse lemur. Number 11.
Yeah, I was going to get that.
Restaurant.
Yeah,
the Villa Escudero Plantations and Resort is a working coconut plantation. Not only is it already beautiful and charming, but it is home to one of the most unique restaurants in the world. The tables and cook station sit at the bottom of a waterfall.
What is that? What is this? Please tell me. And I see that this is like a fat. By the way, some people hate this, but I love the fat on meat. And I know it can be pretty unhealthy, which is why I don't just go and eat it only. If you're going to eat like meat, let's say like a ribeye, for example, and it has a lot of that fat, just make sure you're eating a lot of meat with it because it is still healthy in the sense that it has vitamins in it. Obviously, don't eat it every single day or whatever, but that just looks so delicious. I'm one to love the fat. Some people hate the texture. I love it. That looks delicious. What is that?
The tables and cook station all sit at the bottom of a waterfall.
It's just
awesome. Guests
awesome.
are able to enjoy their meal as the water rushes along their feet. They can also lean under the waterfall after they finish their meal.
Dude.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem.
Just chilling.
The small waterfall known as Labasan Falls is not actually a natural fall, but instead is the runoff from the Labasan Dam, the Philippines' first hydroelectric plant. The entire villa is a historical plantation surrounded by mountains and coconut trees. Once guests have dried off from their refreshing lunch, they can enjoy numerous local activities such as bamboo rafting, bird watching, and can even venture off to nearby rural villages on an ox-drawn jeepney. Coconut harvesting lessons are also available on the plantation grounds. I really want to go here.
Yo.
Number 10, the world's
Do they
first
still have that?
biodegradable car. Also known as the Phoenix, this bamboo and rattan roadster was designed by award-winning Filipino designer Kenneth Cabanpue.
Yo, look, an award-winning Filipino designer. By the way, let me ask you guys something. The other one, the waterfall one, they still have that? Please let me know, because I genuinely would go to that. That looks so dope. But let's see this one.
Berkner. The roadster is basically made out of bamboo, rattan, steel, and nylon, and it is their vision of future sustainable transportation. In industrialized countries, people tend to keep a car for about 5 years, and cars require a massive amount of non-renewable resources. Then there is the problem of waste left behind by automobiles. For everywhere else, cars are extremely expensive and people tend to keep them 10 to 20 years. It took a team of weavers and craftsmen only 10 days to make this biodegradable car.
What?
The Phoenix Roadster can last anywhere between 5 to 10 years, and then it can be recycled, essentially ending the waste of old cars.
Wow.
However, the outer skin of the car can just be replaced at very low cost if the owner wants to keep the car longer. The Phoenix measures around 3.89 meters long.
But
the designers say the car is inspired by nature, with the exterior structure similar to that of a spine found in a vertebrate or a plant.
But doesn't it look like the tires will just fall out? That's kind of crazy, though. There's probably so much more nuance. I don't even know if this works anymore. You guys let me know. I'm sure when I went to the Philippines recently, I didn't see that there. No one had that. I didn't see that once.
There's still no word on what engine will power the car, but it might be 100% electric.
Is it even finished?
Number 9, Bogey Rider. A few years ago, a dog made waves as he rode a bike in the Philippines.
Oh my gosh.
Wearing a certified helmet specifically made for him, the then 4-year-old dog was seen going around the streets of Manila, sitting on the front of his human companion's motorcycle. Gilbert, the dog's owner, wanted to get a dog for companionship and for someone to protect him. The dog has never fallen off. However, once in traffic, he jumped off to tackle thugs trying to steal his owner's gold necklace.
Wow.
Gilbert said that he started training Bogey early and he already knew how to fetch at 2 months old. Gilbert loves taking him on trips around the Philippines and treats
cute.
Bogey like his own son.
Oh.
If you're lucky, you might see them driving around Manila. And now for number 8, but first be sure to subscribe if you're new here. We would love to have you. Number 8, Barrel Man. The Barrel Man is an easy to find and popular souvenir in the Philippines. The Barrel Man is so popular that it even had its own exhibits in museums. It's basically a wooden figure of a man surrounded by a wooden barrel, hence the name. Okay, yeah, whatever. But there is a surprise hidden under the barrel. When you lift the man out of the barrel, you will get a huge...
Ding dong. Like, yo, what? Yo, bro, come out with it. Yo, you pull that barrel out, this is what you hear. Huh? What? Yo, this is the Philippines for you, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. You know what's funny is I might have seen that barrel somewhere. Like, I might have seen it and not thought much about it, but I don't fully remember because I've been to so many, like, little spots when I was there. I don't remember if I saw it because you'd probably just pass it by. But if you lift it, bro, what?
Huge male organ sprung in your face, which often catches people off guard unless you know that it's there. While no one is really sure of the origins of the Barrel Man, they have been a part of Filipino art, culture, and jokes for years.
That's awesome,
Depending on the size of the Barrel Man, they range anywhere from about $8 to $23. In recent years, a barrel woman has appeared. You can probably guess what the surprise is there. Number 7, Sinarapan. The Sinarapan is known as the world's smallest fish that we eat and is only found in the Philippines. They are often found in Bato and Buhi lakes. This fish has been recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records as the smallest commercially harvested fish.
Wait, and that's like the full size? Because I was going to say, like, I've seen tadpoles, like, when I was younger. Whenever my pool would get dirty and stuff, it would get really dirty and stuff because we didn't have no one to keep it up or whatever. I remember there would be, like, so many tadpoles and stuff. And we would see so many tiny little tadpoles. But that's them as, like, babies. Then they turn into frogs, right? In the future. But these are like adult-sized fish, but they're that tiny as an adult.
Not the smallest fish known. These fish are transparent and have large black eyes, which is the only thing that gives them color. However, in some specimens, the snout is black and there might be a faint black vertical stripe under the eyes and a row of dark spots at the base of the fin, if you have a magnifying glass and if you care. They are about half an inch in length, but they can be a little smaller or longer.
Oh my
to
gosh.
eat them, they are often boiled with vegetables or fried in oil. They are
Damn.
popular because of their great flavor. However, they are also sold as dried cakes or sheets and are also available in blocks of frozen uncooked sinarapan for you to prepare at home. If anyone watching this video is from the Philippines, or if you've been there, let us know if you've eaten sinarapan and what.
I've been, but I've never eaten sinarapan. Maybe I should have tried it. I will try it next time I go back to the Philippines, but you guys got to let me know in the comments. Is sinarapan actually good? Because I like fish. I've eaten so many fish. I've eaten sea bass. I've eaten salmon, obviously. I've eaten tilapia. I've eaten trout. I've eaten, oh my gosh, what's the other fish? I've eaten sardines. I liked all of them, by the way. Not one of them I didn't like. I like all fish. I don't know if there's a fish I don't like, but yeah, I liked every single one. Tuna, sardines, like I said. Yeah.
You think of it. Number 6, the
Sinarapan,
world's
no.
largest pair of shoes. This might not be the first thing you think of when you think of the Philippines.
Yeah.
However, did you know that the world's largest pair of shoes sits in the town of Marikina in the Philippines?
Oh, I've been
Why
there.
they decided to make them and how, I'm not quite sure.
I was there.
They're made out of real leather and measure over 17 feet long and 8 feet wide. In order to fit into these shoes without any help, you would have to be 125 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
In reality, they
No
can
problem.
fit about 30 people inside. It took 10 people 77 days to make these shoes, and they were certified by the Guinness Book of World Records in 2002.
Yo, the Philippines just
The
chilling.
shoes are made out of genuine
Like-
leather and cost about 2 million Philippine pesos, or a little over $107,000.
Oh my
The world's
gosh.
largest shoes are displayed at the Marikina Riverbanks Mall, where they are joined by other normal-sized shoes. Because of these shoes, Marikina is now known as the shoe capital of the Philippines.
Oh my goodness.
Number 5, Pung Nazareno. Also known as the Black Nazarene, the Pung Nazareno is a life-size dark wooden sculpture of Jesus carrying the cross en route to his crucifixion.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
carved from wood in the 16th century and was taken to the Philippines in 1606.
Oh my
It
gosh.
is very sacred to the Catholics in the Philippines.
1606?
They believe the statue is able to heal terminal cancers and other illnesses, to grant petitions, and to help those in need.
Was it preserved as well? Because a lot of this leads to that one philosophical question about, is Noah's boat still Noah's boat if like they had to repair certain things today? Like if the wood got old and then they just, fixed it up, is it still his boat over time, like board by board? When does it not become his boat anymore? And with that being said, I would say it's cooler, in my opinion, if it's still the old piece from 1606, meaning no repairs. That's cooler to me. With that being said, the value is still there. But I would say that knowing that people from 1606, let's say there's like a chipped wood on this one's like forehead, right? And you never fixed it, you just left it. That makes it cooler in the sense that in 1606, this like gap that you never fixed might have been touched by somebody in 1606. Like that's cooler. But when you repair it, you kind of take away from it. I don't know. That's just how my brain's thinking about it. Let me know if you guys agree. Maybe you think a little bit different on that, but I'm sure you guys have heard of that philosophical kind of question. I don't know if it's Noah's boat, but I think it is Noah's boat. But it's the same concept. But yeah, bro.
The Jesus figure got its dark complexion when the wooden statue survived a burning ship on its way from Mexico to the Philippines.
Wow, what the heck?
Each year there are 3 annual processions where the Black Nazarene is taken out from its shrine and it makes its way along the streets of Manila. Anywhere from 6 to 8 million people will gather to see the celebration that takes place on January 9th.
That's crazy.
Number 4, Tamaraz. Tamaraz, or the Mindoro dwarf buffalo, is a critically endangered
these.
animal native to the Philippines. It looks a little bit like a small water buffalo and is the largest mammal from the Philippines. It is actually one of the rarest mammals on Earth. It
Oh
has
my
a
gosh.
robust body with dark brown to grayish black hair with short and stocky legs and powerful horns which can measure about 20 inches. The horns of the males are thicker and longer than those of the females. It weighs in at about
That's so
485
beautiful.
to 661 pounds.
Dang!
The tamaraw used to be found all over Mindoro, but because of humans taking over its habitat and hunting, they are only limited to some grassy, marshy areas.
Oh.
Tamaraws can live for about 20 to 25 years. These animals are also known to be nocturnal. However, if they are captive, they tend to be active during the day and the evening.
Oh.
Number 3, The world's largest banknote. Created in 1998, the world's largest single banknote is the 100,000 peso note created by the government of the Philippines. It was designed to celebrate 100 years of independence from Spanish rule.
That's awesome.
The note is commemorative and was only offered to collectors who could purchase one of the limited edition notes for 180,000 pesos, or $3,700. It is the same size as a regular sheet of legal printer paper.
Oh my.
The banknote has 21 security features.
Yo, this is crazy. This looks like a thing straight out of, because on my Vision Movies channel, I watch all of the history movies from the Philippines, like Bonifacio, Goyo, Genero Luna. I've watched all those on the Vision Movies channel. And this looks like a picture straight out of it.
Including a hologram, so it is extremely difficult to counterfeit. Number 2. Hobbit House. The Hobbit House was recently on CNN Go's list of world's weirdest themed restaurants. The restaurant was founded in 1973 in Manila, Philippines by
Lord
Jim
of the
Turner,
Rings.
a former Peace Corps volunteer from Iowa who rescued little people or dwarves from the slums and carnivals and variety shows where they were mistreated. Inspired by his favorite author, J.R.R. Tolkien and the Lord of the Rings book series, it is the only restaurant in the world which is completely staffed by little people. Jim employed them as waiters, bartenders, cashiers, entertainers, and even bouncers.
Yo, I love this, bro. You see the shirt? It said, I heart midgets. Yo, because like some people would find this offensive, but I find a lot of like Filipinos, they take things so well. You know what I mean? And they just kind of like do with what they can. It's just so beautiful, bro. I love seeing that.
Later on, they became managers and even owners.
That's so
Jim
cool.
and the Hobbit House did wonderful things for little people in the Philippines who are often shunned as outcasts or feared because people think they embody evil spirits.
Yeah.
At the Hobbit House, they have become popular characters who serve drinks, crack jokes, and even entertain on stage. The Hobbit House is known to have the smallest Elvis impersonator in the world, but talent scouts from Japan stole him away. Until Jim passed away in 2016, he was known to hang out in the Hobbit House every night with his employees, who he considered his family. Over the years, the children and grandchildren of his employees have also found work at the Hobbit. Lonely Planet has called it one of the trippiest bars in the world.
That's so
Number
cool,
1.
though.
Dancing inmates. Cebu Provincial Detention and Rehabilitation Center, a maximum security prison in Cebu, Philippines, made a claim to fame when their inmates got together to reenact the dance from Michael Jackson's Thriller around 2007. Dancing is encouraged as part of the rehabilitation program at the prison, and not only have they performed Thriller, but many others that have become popular, such as Gangnam Style. They have their own choreographers, and inmates spend up to 4 hours a day practicing a growing repertoire of more than 24 dances.
And I think it's cool because you're teaching them and putting them, obviously rehabilitation, right? But it's teaching them how to work together kind of and do something. And this is fun. Think about it like that, as like a mental freeing moment. Even as inmates, even if they've done things that are bad, to be put there, I think it's like a freeing kind of thing for them, because even though they are still humans and they've done something bad, you know, let them be free in the sense of learn something, learn how to be together, and you'll see that there's more to come from that. So that's one of the things that I take from it. It's very beautiful, though.
Over 2,000 inmates welcomed the Pope to the Philippines when they performed the Pope Dance.
Wow.
They have also been seen dancing with U.S. Navy SEALs. About 100 inmates also tried to go on tour after the release of their famous Thriller video. The group tried to go to the Sinulog Festival, however, they were turned down because the majority of inmates had committed serious crimes. But this did not discourage the inmates, as they just continued dancing within the walls of the rehabilitation center and performed for an audience there. They received a lot of donations, and in 2010, the government suspended the dance program to investigate the prison's accounting. The prison has been criticized for exploiting its prisoners and not improving their living conditions. Thanks for watching. I think it's time.
Yo, that was a dope video. Link over more, by the way, if you guys find more like these. These are so sick. I love videos like this. Like, I might watch more from her especially, but you guys link these over and let me know. I loved it. That was awesome. Thank you, guys. Till next time. Peace.